What's up, Apple buyers? I'm back, and I'll be back for a while, so let's get into all the good and bad inside the world of Apple. Now, it's impossible to avoid the iPhone 4 fever, and it all started on launch day, so let's check out some of the action from San Francisco that wrapped around 3 whole sides of a city block. Brian Tong here with CNET.com at the launch for iPhone 4. These people have been here, what, since 3 a.m. or so?
3 p.m.
That's 30 hours. It's very sad. Are you guys ready for this thing?
We are!
The phone I have right now is a phone I've had for 5 years. It's like an LG.
Wow.
It's really old.
That's almost a caveman.
Cover fell off. Every time I try to use it, it shuts off. It can only store 50 messages and do nothing more. So this guy, Chris, right here, was the first person in line. He's been waiting for like 2 days. And I actually saw on some of the blogs that he had been waiting here. He had reserved a spot ahead of him. And he reserved a spot through a site called Airbnb. And I had actually went through the site and took that reservation. I paid $400 for it.
How long have you been here?
For about like a minute. A minute.
A minute? Would you rather be here in line or doing something else?
Doing something else.
So I think the most frustrating thing about today is that I just came here to get new earbuds.
I've been here since 5 a.m.
Is that what
yesterday.
the site says?
Yeah, 5 a.m. since yesterday. So I'm number 5 or 6. If someone comes up to me and just told me, "Here, I'll give you $1,000," I would give it to them. But if they give me like 800, I would still do it.
So what are you most interested about with this iPhone? Where are you guys from?
Alabama.
Why from Alabama to California just for the iPhone?
Well, we wanted to be here for the Apple experience, you know, in San Francisco. So, very proud to be here.
Tried to pre-order, couldn't get in on a pre-order.
All right, guys, this line extends around 2 city blocks. I'm here at approximately the 3-hour mark. That's 3. I think I'm gonna sit down for a little while. Oh yeah, this is sad.
Processor boost, 2 cameras, HD video,
Will you be using
FaceTime.
FaceTime at all with the ladies?
Oh hell yes. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I just need to find a lady with a 4G.
Okay, you guys got your phones. How do you feel?
Oh man.
Overwhelmed! Woohoo! I'm so excited. Yeah.
I'm so emotionally drained. We live in a loft, so I'm gonna FaceTime her from downstairs while she's upstairs.
That sounds dirty.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh. Next thing you know, he's gonna talk about his FaceTime. Yeah, I know. I have issues. Now, early reviewers are touting the iPhone as the best phone they've ever seen, but maybe getting their phone a week early got them a little too excited. Videos flooded the internet showing some of Apple's new baby losing signal bars or even dropping calls when covering the left-hand corner with your hand. Your hand, it's the thing that we use to hold phones. Now, apparently bridging the gap between the 2 antennas with conductive material like a key or even your skin is enough to affect the signal. SJ even responded to a customer's email saying, "Non-issue, just avoid holding it that way." Okay, that's a total BS response if I've heard one. Now, it isn't happening to every phone, but bloggers have found a solution. Apple's bumper case. You know, it's that $29 rubber band they're selling. Now, I actually have some right here, and they are free. Now, that's not all. Other people are also discovering yellow spots and bands of discoloration on their iPhone 4 screens. According to Gizmodo, Apple has told customers that it's residue from the manufacturing process and the yellow spots should clear up in a few days. Kind of sounds like my blanket in 6th grade. Now, count them up, that's 2 black eyes for Apple on launch day, and both are worthy of some real nasty bad apples. But it's not stopping Apple from selling an estimated 1.5 million phones in the first day. That's just ridiculous. Now, just think of all those people waiting in those 3+ hour lines, hoping to be a trendsetter at their local swimming pool with the all-white iPhone 4. Apple announced the white version will be delayed until the second half of July due to some manufacturing issues. And to those people in line, it sucks to be you. But it might be July until you get through that line anyways. All right, if you didn't get an iPhone, you weren't left out of the party because iOS 4 was released last week, so we're bringing you some tips that you might not know about. Many of you have loaded your iPhone or iPod Touch with the latest iOS 4, and you're playing around with all the new features like multitasking and folders, but there are a lot of hidden gems you might not know about in the settings. With the latest OS, you now have the ability to turn off your cell phone data usage while still using the phone just for calls and text messages. All you have to do is go into your settings, then general, and then network, and you'll see the cellular data option. And this is a big deal for people who want to save data. Now, I'm messaging on my phone a lot, and there's a couple new features here as well. Go to your messages settings, and then you can turn on the character count function. If you're on a tight text message plan, you'll be able to tell if you're about to go over the character limit and avoid an extra message from being sent. You also have the ability to search through your messages, so if you don't see it, just pull down to reveal the search bar, type in a word, and voila, there are your messages with that word in them. And while we're talking about search, when using the universal search in iOS 4, when you type in a word, you now have the ability to search the web or Wikipedia for that term. Now let's shift over to photos. Your pictures can be organized into albums, but if you sync your iPhone with Apple's iPhoto, your pictures can also be organized by faces and places, and it's just kind of fun to see where your pictures have been taken on a map, moving it around and looking at all of them. And any pictures in your camera roll that you decide to email, right after you hit the send button, you'll see a prompt that lets you choose the size of the picture that you can send off. I'm Brian Tong for CNET.com, and there's still more iOS secrets we have for you, and you might even find some for yourself, so use them wisely. Thank you, really smart guy. Now, we also have another set of tips on CNET TV, so check those out as well. Now, Steve Jobs told us that iPhone 3G owners wouldn't have all the iOS 4 features like multitasking, but who would have guessed that custom wallpapers would be too much for the 3G to handle, because those intense animations just really slow down the user experience. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. I'm Brian Tong. You can send your emails to the applebite@cnet.com with your iPhone 4 reactions, both positive and negative. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week for another bite of the apple. Yeah, no, I can hear you perfectly fine. I'm supposed to hold it this way. That's what Steve said. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool.